Hey everyone, it's Fantayzia. Welcome back to another discussion video. So today we're going to be talking about the EA app. I really haven't talked about this much. There's been so many issues with The Sims 4, also just the EA app in general, like with other games as well. But of course, I'm familiar with the Sims community and there's just so many people who are so upset with the EA app when it comes to The Sims 4. I myself have actually been having a lot of issues and it's actually increasingly gotten worse. So I wasn't having that many issues straight away, you know, like I felt so bad for everyone else who was dealing with all this crap, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm so glad that I don't really experience any of this stuff. And then I just feel like from there, it slowly started. So there was actually a tweet made and it's supposed to help some of the problems happening, which we're going to go over. This was a couple days ago. First, let's go ahead and do our notification shout out. And this one goes to Danny. I love this. I love the fact that you thought the idea of a simulation game was dumb and then you totally ate your words and now you just love it. I actually feel like a lot of people feel that way. You know, I've had a lot of people, even in my family, ask me to explain The Sims to them because like they don't get the point of it. Because, you know, a lot of times people think of games, like, I don't know, especially if you're someone who plays more just like quest games, shooting games, like, you know, just games like that I feel like are very popular. They, a lot of times, like The Sims or even like story games that have like a story that you play through, like Life is Strange, sometimes, you know, they might be like, what's the point of a simulation, like a life simulation game? You're just like playing out life. So I've had to explain it to some of my family members and I feel like, you know, sometimes once those people try it, they're like, oh my gosh, like I am hooked. This is so addicting. Something about The Sims is even if it doesn't seem like your type of game, something about it is just very addicting, whether you get drawn into The Sims 1, 2, 3, or 4, because I feel like each one kind of really pulls in different people. The Sims 4 is not for everyone, and then they love The Sims 2, for example. So anyways, thank you so much for your comment. If you guys want a chance to be in a notification shout out, all you gotta do is comment down below. So let's go ahead and get into this tweet. So The Sims Direct tweeted, "We've been made aware of players having issues accessing The Sims 4 games through the EA app, including fail to launch errors and owned packs not showing up as owned. Our team, EA Help, is working hard to investigate solutions with fixes. On Monday, the team rolled out a fix for the update available loop taking place and is continuing to work on resolving the issues above. We thank you for your patience and we'll keep you updated once we have more information to share." So there is so many people in the replies here who are still having issues. And honestly, you guys, this is ridiculous at this point. You know, for a while, I feel like I didn't say anything because, you know, the EA app was in beta and stuff. Apparently it's not anymore. And, you know, we can't go back to Origin. Like, it's not that simple. And it's just like, we're all being forced. Like, I remember I stayed with Origin as long as I could until it forced me off of it. Origin was my baby. Origin never caused me any issues. Origin was the best. And then the EA app, like I said, at first, no big deal, but I was scared to switch over like any sooner. So that's why I just waited because I kept seeing like other people have problems. So I was like, no, I don't want to deal with that. So then it forced me over there. And at first it was okay. Now, every single day, it logs me out for whatever reason. It tells me that it needs to restart and logs me out. Like, I will get errors left and right. I'll try to sign in. I'll try to sign back in and it'll tell me error, cannot log in. And then I'll have to force close it again, open it again. Like sometimes I'll have to do this like 3 times and then it'll open and then it'll say that I don't own The Sims 4. Like it's just not there. It's just not available to view in my library. It just doesn't exist. And then gotta force close it again a couple times until finally it shows my games again. Usually it's like showing I have no games, like not just The Sims 4, like nothing on the EA app. I've also had an issue where it's saying that I have a pack download in progress when there's not, like nothing is there to be installed. So that's another issue I've been having. And then another one where it's telling me The Sims 4 is running when it's not running. So if you try, like for example, when you do have The Sims 4 actually running and you try to like click it again, it'll tell you The Sims 4 is already running. That has happened to me a few times when it's not running. So those are some of the issues that I've been having. Go ahead and comment down below anything you've been experiencing. I think the most annoying thing to me though is the fact that there's just so many error pop-ups and so many sign-outs. Just like it keeps logging me out. Like, why do I have to keep signing in? Like, I don't understand. Especially, okay, I mean, it's annoying for anyone, but can I just tell you how annoying it is when I'm having like something to do with recording where I have to keep opening and closing my game and then it just keeps like logging me out of my whole account? Like, hello. It's frustrating. Also, you guys, just to point out, there is another tweet here. If you're still seeing the update required message after the fix, check out the AHQ thread for additional support steps. So go ahead and do this if you are experiencing this issue. I'm not experiencing the update required right now, and hopefully I don't. So Cat Lover Player says, I haven't been able to see stuff in my game I download from the EA app. It says I own it, but need to download, so said packs won't show up. I have to get Origin to verify before I can see them in game. This has been happening since day one of this app. This is so frustrating. I am so sorry, first of all. Like, that would have to be the most frustrating thing ever. Like, I mean, I get frustrated with the little things happening on my EA app, so I can only imagine, like, if this kept happening to me, I would give up. I would rage quit. So Sailor Red Rose says, maybe this is a sign to never force players to download this godforsaken app until it's properly finished, or at least let people have Origin back until it's fixed. This I 100% agree with. I have to say, I have no idea why we were ever forced over to an app that had so many issues. Like, I don't know why that had to happen if it wasn't complete yet, you know, like we were getting forced over there when it was still in beta, and I just like don't see a reasoning for that. Like, what was wrong with just letting everyone continue to use Origin? And like, not to mention, players were slowly being forced over to the EA app. So it's almost like, okay, well, like some people were told to go to the EA app like way before others. So it's like some people could still use Origin while others couldn't. So that just shows that like Origin could have still continued to be used. You know what I mean? And why not just still let us use it if we're having issues with the EA app? So this is something I could totally make a whole other video on, but Helen says, what about fixing the gallery? It's a total mess. Broke. It's been like that since you did the update for the gallery. It's a hot mess. Disgusting. Nothing been said about it, and loads of people have posted. Don't tell me you don't see all the messages. So I've definitely seen a whole bunch of things about the gallery. I actually don't use the gallery that often. I do grab some builds from there for like certain Let's Plays, but like that's pretty much it. I don't post to the gallery very often, so like for me, I haven't really experienced much, but I know so many people are having issues with the gallery, and I don't know why it's not being addressed more. And you know, like I just feel like the gallery is like a huge part of the game. So Corinne says, what about the issues keeping people from using the EA app or playing The Sims while in offline mode? So I want to talk about the last part here, or playing The Sims in offline mode. This is a problem with the EA app. I remember I used to be able to just play The Sims with no internet, where like if I wanted to like bring my laptop in the car or something, if I was like going on a road trip, I could do that and I could play Sims. And now it will not let me do that. If I am not connected to the internet, I cannot use the EA app, which doesn't really make any sense to me. I feel like we should be able to launch The Sims 4. Comment down below if anyone can launch The Sims 4. Please let me know, because if you can launch The Sims 4 in offline mode, then I'm jealous because I can't do that anymore. Survey says, can we please get rid of launchers like this and have a built-in launcher like Sims 2 and 3? I just want to be able to play The Sims without internet. Okay, this, again, talking about the whole offline mode thing. You know, launchers sucked at some points, right? I feel like we could agree on that, but like they also were so much better than what's happening now. You know, I feel like Origin, like that, if we could just stick to Origin, that'd be completely fine. I feel like that was like the perfect, like it's not a launcher, but it just worked right. You could play in offline mode. Like I feel like people didn't really have issues with it. It was just how it should be, right? I feel like the Sims 3 launcher had some problems. The Sims 2 though, I didn't have any issues. I don't know. I feel like at this point there should be a Sims 4 launcher. I feel like it would just like solve all these problems. Like clearly they're having issues fixing the EA app. So this is why I feel like they should come up with some sort of solution, because it seems like they keep trying to do these fixes and then people are still having issues, or they're either having the same issues or it creates new issues. So I feel like in that sense, they should just literally ditch having to use the EA app to launch The Sims 4. If you want to, you can, but then there's also a Sims 4 launcher. I don't know. I just think it makes sense. It's the best of both worlds. And then obviously there's other games by EA that are on the EA app, and whatever, just keep that how it is. Oh, I really want to go over this comment here. So Soya says, will you fix Sims 3 games in the EA app too? I can't manage to download Into the Future, and that's my favorite pack. Okay, this is another issue I had that I completely forgot about, so I'm glad that I saw this here at the end, because there is packs I cannot download for The Sims 3. Specifically Into the Future, yeah. I think there's a couple others that a lot of people are having trouble downloading, so if you do have all the Sims 3 packs, comment down below if some of yours are not downloading with the EA app. I never ever had this problem with Origin, and then this has actually been the one problem that I had since the beginning. So literally the day Origin forced me over to the EA app, on both my laptop and my desktop, I was downloading The Sims 3 and it would not download into the future. So that's been an ongoing thing from the start, but I didn't start having like any problems other than that and nothing with The Sims 4 until afterwards. But straight away, that was an issue for me, and no matter what I did, reinstalling, trying to like fix it, whatever, it doesn't matter, like it will not install that pack. So that is where I'm going to wrap it up. I feel like there's a lot of comments here. Honestly, if you're having issues, maybe go through this thread. Of course, I'm going to have it linked down below because maybe someone has an answer to something that you're having a problem with and, you know, you'll get it fixed. But with that said, you guys, let's cross our fingers. All these issues with the EA app get fixed soon. I can't even believe like how much of a mess it is. I can't even, like, especially the basic stuff. I don't know how an app can just like keep giving you errors just when you're trying to log in. Like that's like the most basic of basic thing, like a function that should just be working. So I don't know. I just think this app is a mess. Like I feel like they would scrap it and just like make a new one or go back to Origin. So anyways, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you guys are having an amazing day and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.